Hey, Charles Hoffman here from Plugin Alliance. An optical compressor or optocompressor can add warmth, smoothness, and cohesion to your mix. Unlike faster, more clinical compressors, optical designs respond in a natural, laid-back way. One of their biggest strengths is that they don't draw much attention to themselves. They're often described as very musical, and they tend to open up the top end in a way that avoids harshness. Every optical compressor sounds different, but these characteristics are pretty common. You'll typically use an optical compressor for vocals, guitar, bass, and drums. The applications extend beyond that, but we'll focus on those 4 types of tracks. When it comes to genres, optocompressors are used in jazz, blues, R&B, classic rock, folk. These are all genres that value a dynamic performance. When mixing vocals, one of the biggest challenges is keeping the performance dynamically consistent without making it sound lifeless. This can be an issue with a lot of hyper-responsive compressors like FET compressors or VCA compressors. When you want a natural vocal sound, optical compression is ideal because it reacts smoothly to dynamics. The reason for this is due to its design. Inside a hardware optical compressor, there's a little light bulb that gets brighter as the signal gets louder. A light-sensitive resistor responds to the light, causing compression to be applied to the signal. Optical compressors are cool because the physical characteristics of the light, like the non-linear way it fades, affect the compression applied. Different lights have different decay characteristics, so depending on the type of light bulb used, you get different sounds. Here's the vocal we're working with.
Seasons change and so did we. Love stripped me down like falling leaves. Now every song on the radio takes me back to you and me.
I'm going to drop Shadow Hills OptoMax compressor onto this. It's an optical compressor plugin that's a standalone version of the optical circuit in the Class A compressor, but with added features. For this vocal, I'm using a fast speed for fast attack and release settings, and a medium ratio, so when compression is applied, you'll hear it, but it won't be overwhelming. As this plays, I'll adjust the threshold to increase the compression applied and compensate for the volume loss using the gain knob.
Seasons change and so did we. Love stripped me down like falling leaves. Now every song on the radio takes me back to you and me. Seasons change and so did we. Love stripped me down like falling leaves. Seasons change and so did we. Love stripped me down like falling leaves.
With these settings, OptoMax is doing a good job of naturally riding the vocal and smoothing out louder sections, while adding a little bit of thickness to make it feel more present. I like what it's doing here, but we can take it a step further. To add some extra brightness, I'll switch the tone control to air.
Seasons change and so did we. Love stripped me down like falling leaves. Now every song on the radio takes me back to you and me.
An optical compressor with adjustable attack and release settings, as well as multiple ratio values, is unique. Typically, an optical compressor's controls will be similar to what you find on the Class A compressor. You have a threshold and gain knob, and that's about it for the opto circuit, so in comparison, OptoMax provides a lot of flexibility. Guitars can be tricky because their dynamics depend a lot on how a part is played. Fingerpicking, strumming, single note leads, they can all vary in intensity. Optical compression works well here because of its smooth response. It evens things out without making the guitar sound suffocated. For this example, I'm going to use a medium speed setting and a low ratio. The moderate response keeps things smooth and steady, while the lower ratio avoids overcompression. This way, the compressor gently rides the guitar instead of flattening it. To shape the tone, I'll select Smooth, which helps soften any harsh pick attack, and I'll use the nickel transformer for a little top-end lift. That subtle, high-end presence will help your guitar cut through a mix without sounding harsh. Overall, the goal with guitar is to keep the playing natural but more consistent, so it sits comfortably in the mix. Uneven bass line levels are a really common issue when mixing songs. If you play or program a bass line, some notes can jump out of the mix in a very attention-grabbing way. Optical compression allows you to control those inconsistencies while maintaining a bass line that breathes. I'm going with a medium speed and medium ratio. This will strike a nice balance between catching transients and smoothing out the overall track. For character, I'll use the smooth tone setting to soften string noise and the steel transformer to add some distortion. It applies an upper low frequency boost that will give the bass a little more power. Drums are full of sharp transients, especially in raw recordings. Optical compression helps tame peaks without making the kit feel squashed. I'm going to use a fast speed and a medium ratio. The fast response focuses the compression applied on the transients rather than what we were doing before when we were trying to smooth out the overall waveform of that bass track. For character, I'll go with the flat tone to maintain balance, and the iron transformer for a touch of grit and weight to help the kit punch through the mix. We can actually use the sidechain emphasis knob for more control here. While the high-pass filter removes everything below its cutoff from the detection path, the sidechain emphasis applies a focused dip in the low mid-range that grows deeper as you turn it up. This way, OptoMax still responds to the lows, but with reduced sensitivity to the low mids. The benefit is a more balanced, natural response compared to a high-pass filter, controlling the low end without overreacting to it. To demo Shadow Hills OptoMax, start a free Plugin Alliance subscription trial using the link below. This will give you access to all of Plugin Alliance's products for 30 days. If this video helped you out, give it a like and subscribe to the Plugin Alliance YouTube channel for more tutorials like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.